Yo,
Sonny?
yo,
What is she doing out there?
yo, yo, yo. Go Archie.
Sonny, why are you calling Yo? Yo's dead. Remember?
Yo hay của một bé gia thiên cho của nó.
Just 6 hours earlier that day, many people gathered at our house, filling up the living room and my grandpa's room. My grandpa was on hospice care. Laying in the hospital bed, his eyes were closed and he barely responded to anyone anymore. Everyone knew that the end was near.
Tuần sinh hai tuổi hai tia, chỉ có nhớ chuyện thâu nặng nó ta chỉ nghĩ chúng muốn tuần tia chỉ cảm một thế tia.
Everyone believed that my grandpa was still holding on because he was waiting for someone.
Nè bạn này chỉ bước sao lo.
Hay tôi thấy nha, thế mình chỉ mỹ mấy tôi sợ lo.
Tôi sao?
Đến tới với chị tao xin chỉ lên là
Chỉ là mà. Tôi sao chị mà chuyện này chị à?
Sai tên giờ sai nét tốt sao đó?
Tôi
My uncle, aunt, and cousin Jeremy flew in from Pennsylvania.
Chị bữa đó hộp cái đó.
Chị bữa đó không nó? Lo phải nó.
Chị à, biết tôi sao?
Chị có quần áo của Ui có tụi mình sai phía
trời các chị là bố kia cả hậu các sáng kia cả thể tập có mà mẹ tôi
Cái là chị cho chị là bữa. Chị cái machine kia sai lần đầu đi, cái nó bự nữa.แต่ชีว่าเลยให้จริงๆให้เห็นเราใส่เพี้ยแทนจะใส่เพี้ยแต่ยองนึกจะตอนนี้ในตัวเจ้าเลยเกนี้เขาให้เอาไปนอนหลุดจนหนึ่งเช่นโปรแกรม
ว่าเลยมาเดี๋ยวลีตีน่ะฟูให้กันเนาะเรากันเนาะตัวจัดสรรนี่เก๋ไปข้าจิตโตก็เลยก็ว่าเชื่อมันทุกปอเทียเยอะเทียวันนี้กันเนาะนะ
ให้เลยก็ซื้อมา
After my uncle spoke to my grandpa, the pauses between his breaths became longer and longer.
Chị bảo chị có khẩu chết trả ăn ở fruit.
Sure.
你仲未叫我過嚟接書啊
And just like that, he was gone. So then, why was my yo standing in the kitchen making duo? Four weeks before the funeral. By the afternoon, people started arriving one after another. Just like the day before, our house was crowded with relatives. Only this time, they were here to prepare for Yo's funeral.
不马夫，我个人来关注个台面去，
có hả chưa nó
我关注个台是，谁骗呢？
ใส่เพี้ยเพี้ยนึงจะใส่เพี้ยนก็ชั่วโมงเพี้ยเที่ยวจะเองก็ต้องจัดจิตตัวเนาะที่ถ้ากินเอาเราปัจจุบันตัวอยากจะเอามือเชื่อไปเพนซิลเวเนียละ
โอลี่ chúa chaก็ยังตัวเราตี关注个台สุด了ตัวก็หัวตัวจุนเดลูกชายนะน่าแต่ลูกชายของตัวถ้าทะลุยถูกเชียงนิมตัวจีก็ยังได้โอเคตัวนึงแล้ว
ถ้าตัวทะลุเชื่อมินตัวละก็ยิ่งไปช่องเที่ยมาชิมอเต็มเนาะ
Because I was 16 and apparently old enough to start learning, while my dad talked to our clan elders, he had me help the male relatives with tasks around the house.
อันนั้นก็ยิ่งจะสักแค่เนี่ยแต่
ไม่ต้องใส่กันลูกจงละจ้าเขานะ
Một cho nó
จะคิดจำได้เขากันเท่าใส่ก็จริงนี่ผมหมดทันทีแล้วมัวน่าสต๊อปแล้วรู้ลันเสียจะตัวจับมาเทลิตัวจบเต็มเท่า
Chị của mama ask của nó
I looked around for my mom and spotted her in the backyard, cooking with some grannies and my aunts.
Oh, có nên mình nói tiếng câu sơ thôi ta mà lo kén có những bông câu yêu trình độ nó khó trúng nó bia.
Wow. Ah, boy, you're not.
Walking up to them, I could hear my mom telling them about what Sunny and I saw when we woke up last night.
Nhà mới lúc này để tôi rau xỉa了.
Ê, nó lo tôi sẽ sống sẽ là nó lo tôi sống cả này. Sai thế sao nên câu cho bọn tôi ra cổ tôi sẽ thì chỉ bố để sợ lo tôi sống lo tôi phải đi đi.
Oh, lý coi nè bộ tôi luôn mà.
Chỉ bảo rồi. Còn chơi thì anh cầm một khen cổ cho hậu trái tôi thấy cái nào phải ứ sợ anh cầm một cái ứ thế này.
Oh, tôi hâm mộ lý thế.
Cô chắc thôi, cô thấy nó này hay đi bọn chơi na ha.
Mom,
Hả? Anh chưa?
do we have any more folding chairs? They need 4 more.
Ồ, tôi rồi hậu chơi rồi. Có một hai đôi lời thế thì phô rồi tôi là mà thôi rồi kiểu tuần gì nữa nè.
Okay.
I was about to head back inside when
Mẹ tôi sai.
one of the grannies spoke to me.
Có mà mình hay tiền nè bỏ yêu lo nạp mà nó lo.
I nodded.
Chính trai mẹ tôi. Bây giờ này yên chân cho nè nè tôi lo chuyện nè xưa.
Another granny chimed in.
Dạ dù dạ thế li lò xe dù à. Chỉ mong chạy tới chỉ bỏ mà.
Nha, cho anh em lên nhỏ chẳng lo thôi rồi nó phụ nè một giọt cái là hôn gặp pin à.
Ý sao tôi có thế mà tại sao nó phải thì kia tên nó thâu ta chơi yêu á chỉ là mà này ôi thế thì chỉ nhau xia.
Figuring there wasn't much more to be said, I quietly slipped away from the conversation and made my way back toward the house.
Sai,
Yeah?
có thật rồi một mà nó có gì cả chả.
What?
Có hay có để thêm một bé anh cả nè. Có một cái lu freezer thâu in nan sẽ bật quật cháu rồi bé yêu tổ quật cháu.
The big freezer?
Có bật tôi mà.
Yeah, I'll be fine.
I opened the side door and stepped inside our dimly lit and dusty detached garage. Our garage was packed with so much junk, and there was only one clear path to the freezer. I carefully made my way through my mom's random junk piles and squeezed past my dad's broken down car until I reached the chest freezer in the far corner. Lifting the lid, I spotted the bags of peppers buried beneath other bags of greens and herbs.
It's so far down.
I hooked my stomach against the edge of the freezer and leaned in. My fingers brushed up against the bag of peppers.
Ugh. We can't get it.
So I lifted my feet and planted them on the front bumper of my dad's car that was parked behind me. I leaned into the freezer even further.
Just a little more. Got it.
After pushing myself out of there, I tossed the bag of peppers on top of the freezer lid and immediately grabbed my side.
Shh. Ow, my ribs.
They were burning from hanging on the edge of the freezer. I made all sorts of painful faces and twisted side to side, trying to work out the soreness.
Oh.
That's when I accidentally saw through the car windshield into the back seats.
Who's that sitting in there?
The face and features were blended with the shadows inside the car. I stopped rubbing my ribs and I picked up the bag of peppers. Acting like I had seen nothing, I started making my way to the garage exit. The only problem was, to get back there, I had to squeeze past the car again. As casually as possible, I started shuffling next to the car. I had my eyes fixed on the ground and told myself I wasn't going to look inside. I was doing good, but as I passed the passenger door, something compelled me to take one look.
Dạ dù dạ thế li lò xe dù à. Chỉ mong chạy tới chỉ bỏ mà.
That's right. It's just young anyways. There's nothing to be afraid of.
My eyes traveled upward, and they were met with thin, sunken lips, along with very familiar wrinkle lines.
Huh. am I suddenly so scared? No. No. This doesn't feel right.
Menai.
I froze.
Bác khi khẩu trong trà của.
Slowly, I fully looked up.
Yeah. You're not sure?
It was just my great uncle, Yo's younger brother.
Của trơ chỉ tàu lúc khẩu trong nào của tàu chỉ tàu à.
I don't know what he was even doing in there.
Okay, the law.
Này, có chỉ lúc chơi nó chơi rong cơ à.
No broken law.
Hay có chỉ mó khỏi thiết tàu xí à.
Okay. With the garage mo.
People came over to our house almost daily to help with the funeral preparations. Many of them often stayed late into the night. Weekdays were fine, but on the weekends, our house would get so full. Some people I knew, and plenty of them I didn't. Before I knew it, the constant stream of people had become my new normal.
Dad, when are they gonna stop coming over?
Lời như tôi rằng mà nó until mỗi cái tháp ở chết tại lễ họ. Ý là hệ thì giờ chỉ nhớ về cái cho cái tiêu tôn rất nhiều nhớ có nhiều lúc chế sợ. Chả thấy nhân cho giờ là tôi distract đấy có tới sang nhân hoa xin à. You understand?
2 weeks before the funeral.
弟弟去多吹肉了。
Không đợi tới chuyện món nào tôi cũng một số hậu. Rồi tới tiếng tối giờ trong tao cho hậu này.
Power, cái chuyện mới rồi họ mà chúa cha.
Rồi chúa cha đó.
Tí thì tính trong tính tao cho họ có tính mình muốn rồi à. Cái chuyện mới rồi.
Nó vừa rồi biết ăn đâu cái thạc phải nó.
Mà lo. Mua thao cái chuyện mới rồi hậu.
mà mới rồi anh ấy tôi nói phải. Có mua hai cái cái chuyện mà chắc là.
Rồi, tao cũng muốn chạy đến bên này cho cũng mà yên làm cho nít hảo.
Cái chuyện mà.
Không muốn rồi hậu à.
Có chỉ bỏ luôn nít ra không nổi tiếng nhau đâu rồi. Chạy không nghe được chỉ tốt cho hậu nào.
I hated how she was talking about Yo, as if he was something evil.
Như chính trai cả.
Con này chính nó lối phá ra cha nè. Vì đó thứ hai tiền mua xỉa tạm đâu hề. Anh ấy xin thử.
Excuse me.
Uống này luôn.
Thế mình mới nhớ ra trường hợp phòng cứ là lâu vào thế à?
Số lần tôi nghĩ là chỉ bố cái lý.
Cái liệu? Một ông想的人是好觉得低臭了。
No matter how full the house was, no one really stayed in Yo's room. 4 days before the funeral. In desperate need of some peace and quiet one evening, I went to my room. I got there and discovered Sunny along with 2 of our cousins her age playing in there.
Hey, are you cheating?
Can you guys both play in your room, Sunny?
No, because Auntie Bob's baby is sleeping in there. Mom said we're too loud, we're gonna wake up the baby.
Hi guys.
Oh, hey, what's up, Jimmy? Come in here.
The funeral was just around the corner, so my cousin Jimmy and his parents flew back in and had just arrived. He and I sat on my bed while Sunny and the cousins played cards on the floor.
So, how's it going, Si?
Good, I guess? I don't know. How about you?
I'm doing pretty good, actually. Just got back from camping with my cousins from my mom's side, back in Pennsylvania, obviously, and it was pretty fun.
That's cool.
Do you have any plans for the summer?
Nah. But my dad said he might plan a camping trip with all the cousins after the funeral. If it does happen, I think it'll be fun too.
Yeah. Hey, are you guys playing Speed?
Yeah. Do you want to play Speed with us?
No, I'm too fast. You guys can't beat me.
Come on, just play.
Nah.
Ben, can you tell us ghost stories?
You guys want me to tell you ghost stories?
Yeah?
Yeah.
All of them rushed up and got on the bed with us.
Okay, so once upon a time... It's too loud out there. Go shut the door first.
Okay, I'll close it.
So once upon a time, there was this girl that lived in a village, and she was very, very
Jimmy
pretty.
started telling stories to the girls, and I listened along.
No matter where he turned, the lady in white kept following him. She looked in the mirror and said, "Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary." Boom! The man disappeared, and no one saw him ever again. Sai, your turn.
What? I never said I was gonna tell stories.
Just tell one. I can't think of any more.
Come on.
Please.
So I have this friend from school. They live close to a cemetery. He told me that his brother was walking home one night. When he walked past the cemetery that night, he heard ch, ch, ch
Oh.
from somewhere within the cemetery.
I glanced at Jimmy. He almost couldn't even keep a straight face. He knew I was making the story up on the spot.
Ch, ch, ch. It sounded like someone maybe was digging up dirt nearby. Maybe it was a cemetery worker, he thought. Ch, 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 ch.
Jimmy sat with one of his legs dangling off my bed. He started brushing that foot on the floor to help me with sound effects.
He stopped to look. Kind of far away, between the gravestones, he saw something moving around. It seems like an animal, he thought. That's what was making the noise. It started moving faster.
I'm scared.
The kids scooted closer to us, and their eyes were darting between me and Jimmy.
When it got closer, it wasn't an animal. It was a lady laying on the ground. She was kicking her feet on the ground to push herself around. And she said, "I'm gonna get ya!"
Pretty satisfied, I smirked at Jimmy to see if he was also impressed with my storytelling skills.
It doesn't just end there.
And then what happened, Sai? What happened to your French brother?
He tried to run away from her, but the faster he ran, the faster she became too.
We all quickly noticed the absence of Jimmy's sound effects. All of our eyes drifted to him. He sat there staring down at the floor. My smile faded instantly because he didn't seem okay. Before I could even figure out what was going on with him, Jimmy slowly lifted his leg that had been hanging off the bed. Just before his foot made it onto the mattress, it was yanked back down, so hard it slammed against the floor. He frantically started to try and jerk his leg free. Within seconds, all the kids and I jumped off the bed and rushed for the door. I looked back once, just in time to see Jimmy yank his leg free and tumble back onto the bed before scrambling to catch up with us. The adults reassured us kids to not be scared.
Bây giờ đặt ra đến đây anh Jimmy sẽ chết cho lần sau.
There was nothing to worry about, they said. But Jimmy and his mom flew back home the very next day. The evening gatherings at our house grew significantly smaller after that night, and everyone suspiciously avoided talking about what happened. The funeral. We were surrounded by many friends and family who came to say their final goodbyes to Yo. On the second day of the funeral, I was sitting in one of the chairs, fighting to stay awake. When I heard two familiar voices from the road directly behind me.
It's these two again.
They were the same ladies I purposely bumped into at our house 2 weeks earlier. Morning of the burial. I remember seeing Yo and how he lay there peacefully. If it weren't for the casket, you'd think he was only sleeping.
Bye, Yo.
Goodbye, ya.
Bởi là nó cho tôi cho kỳ nó bỏ nó chỉ nó giờ là xin nó chỉ nó rồi nó cho giờ cơ là xứ tiếp tiền đi bây giờ muốn nó lúc chỉ cơ ấy bây giờ nó mua rồi nè
Chứ nó chỉ chân chạy à chứ chấp lại thì là ở đây tôi bảo xuôi cho là跑吧跑去呢
I'm gonna miss you a lot, yeah.
Sao có mày tu?
Trong niên rơi mùa, nê bỏ khi.
Huh?
I looked around. Everyone was still crying. Nobody said a word. I couldn't tell if anyone else had heard it, or if I was the only one. The first day after burial.
Tại sao? Anh nhỏ tôi thay lời ê. Có bộ môn à?
My body was trying to catch up on some much needed sleep, but my dad woke me up early that morning to see if I wanted to go.
Where?
Có buồn thơ của sa cha một tôi nhớ tin ra này hả?
What is that?
Some food for you to eat. Today, tomorrow, and the day after. 3 days. You need to send him food. Có buồn thơ của mông không?
No, too tired.
And I went back to sleeping. I finally woke up way later to an empty house. My dad, my mom, and Sunny were all missing along with my dad's car.
I bet they took Sunny to go shop at the mall. Good, she could finally shut up about it.
I was starving. I had fixed myself a plate of the food my mom cooked and was enjoying it in the living room while watching my TV show. It felt weird to me because the house had not been this quiet in a while. I reached for the remote and turned the TV up a little louder. The TV screen suddenly went dark. I tried powering it back on with the remote, but it wouldn't turn on.
Oh, please turn back on. I haven't finished my food. That turned on something.
The TV was still off, but the remote seemed to have triggered something else in the house to turn on. I leaned from the sofa and looked down the hall.
Is that what I think it is?
My parents had the same exact TV in their room. I got up and walked past the kitchen into the hallway and was on my way to go turn it off. I opened my parents' bedroom door, and their TV was off, completely silent. The humming was coming from the other side of the wall. From Yo's room. I looked down at the remote that was still in my hand.
This shouldn't have turned on. Yo's oxygen machine.
I went to my friend's house just a few blocks away from ours, and my parents had to pick me up from there that night.
Dad, is Yo about to haunt us?
No, you would never want to hurt us.
When we arrived home, Sunny and I stayed in the car while my parents went inside to check the house. They went in. A few moments later, the light in Yo's room turned on. Not long after, it turned back off and they came back out to bring us inside. If my parents saw anything while they were checking inside the house, they didn't say. But there was a freshly burnt nyoa sitting in the trash can. We all went to bed and no one spoke a word about it. I lay in bed that night with conflicting emotions. I missed Yo, but the thought that he might actually still be around, it scared me. The thought stayed with me long after I closed my eyes.
Sigh. Sigh.
Sigh.
I jolted awake. It was dark outside and the crickets were still chirping. I had been thinking about Yo so much that it turned into a nightmare. As my breathing settled, my eyes slowly wandered around the room. And it landed on the darkest corner of my room. I knew that corner of my room was empty, but I just couldn't shake off the weird vibe it was giving me. The longer I stared, the thicker the darkness seemed to grow. It started to make me feel like someone was hiding in there. And if there was someone hiding in there, I felt like I knew who.
This is ridiculous.
Sigh.
The voice came from the corner. Still, I couldn't see a thing. Then, Yo stepped out from the dark corner and rushed straight at me. I jolted awake. It was dark outside, and the crickets were still chirping. I had been thinking about you so much that it turned into
a nightmare instead of nightmare. That felt so real. Why is my foot so cold?
I kicked the blanket to cover my feet, but there was some sort of resistance. Every muscle in my body tensed up as the realization slowly sank in. I reached beneath the blanket. Cold, wrinkled fingers were wrapped tightly around my right ankle. Without looking, I peeled the fingers from my ankle, one by one, and flung it off the bed. I pulled the blanket over my head and tucked every single edge beneath me. Day 2 after the burial. Morning arrived and I was still laying there, tightly wrapped inside my blanket, wide awake. The moment I heard my parents coming out from their room, I leaped off my bed and bolted out the door to tell them.
I seriously saw him. He was in my room, Dad.
The way everyone had been suspiciously calm despite all the strange occurrences, I knew there was some sort of secrecy among the adults. But for the first time since Yo's passing.
Cô nhỉ?
Hả?
Cho chị cho nên mong được coi chị qua là.
Wow, cái chị sao chăm tốt xin non ta?
Chị sao?
Ta kỳ nè?
Ta kỳ rồi chị sao rồi thế à? Chị cũng nói cho tốt tớ khi anh ấy cho tớ nữa.
My dad finally lost his composure.
Cái mũi cô chịu luôn này. Một chị mũi cho chúng ấy chịu rồi, ô gì ô chịu rồi ta tất cả kia.
Quietly in the bedroom, my dad made several phone calls to people. I wasn't allowed to listen, but clearly he was making arrangements for something. By afternoon, Sunny and I were dropped off in front of our aunt's house with our bags packed.
Tớ chỉ muốn cô là cái nên cho phong nhã bếp nói con nhớ mà tôi tao nên à.
Exactly how long we were going to stay there for? They didn't say. Almost 3 weeks later. My parents were back to pick us up. The drive home felt normal. Nobody talked much. Stepping back into our house, the first thing I noticed was Yo's room. The hospital bed was gone, the oxygen machine was gone, even the smell of medicine had vanished. Later that day, I finally asked the question that was on my mind the entire time.
Hey, Mom, why did we have to stay at Paul's house for so long?
She looked over at my dad before answering.
Lúc cho nên muốn cho phong nhã có cái gì ở trong tủ chế kia. Thế kế tên nhiều uống nào hậu chế sơ.
I waited for her to expand on it.
Nên nhỏ nên chỉ tốn cho vô tên nó chế. Thế thì có nên muốn cho phong nhã thế chỉ cục khổ kì.
Sai. Sunny nên chỉ nhớ chuyện tao bên nó này tới giờ nên chỉ tao bỏ tới khi mà you not sure pass away rồi.
You're not sure?
You're not sure or you're the brother now.
Oh.
I didn't know how to react to the news, so the conversation simply ended. After being away for 3 weeks, it felt weird sleeping in my bed again. I couldn't fall asleep. Sometime in the middle of the night, I heard the doors opening and shutting, followed by quiet chatters. For a second, I thought I was hearing things again, but I kept listening. No, it was my parents. They were still awake. Curious, I quietly climbed out of bed. All the lights in the house were off, I recognized my dad's voice from the living room.
Chỉ cả một yên lặng đi mà yếu có tao ít khui khâu sư.
Chỉ sao cái trong đi nó đi lo.
Thôi rồi in trong đi nó tia.
Pin lông là phu.
Uncle? What's he doing here?
Chúa ước từng nói cho mình điều sư. Hoàn nữ yếu khó trình chính chấp lâu.
In rồi sẽ đọc hai tia nên chỉ là thốt đọc các tụi mình tu chế mình là sự của tụi mình tu sai. Thế bây giờ đọc hàng nhà sinh. Thế chỉ họ tu sẽ đọc hai tia họ là thốt đọc yêu nó xóa.
Hiểu.
Đó là chuyện nhà nên tôi thâu lần. Chỉ cho như xe.
Nhưng yêu lấy có hai cái.
Bây giờ nông nào mà cũng chỉ nhập họ hai tia tôi một lần mà pin ở đó là tổ ninh. Tôi có chắc chấp là hiểu các tụi mình tu sai. Liền nó biết kêu của chỉ một phòng đó. Cũng những bỏ hai tia của tụi mình tu sai. Vì hiếm cho của nó kia.
9年之末，你不可以。有一同着古梦。